We can start. We put the clock. So guys, hello. Welcome to the business design whiteboard session. My name is Daniel Medina. I'm gonna be talking to you all today about several concepts, from business design to innovation to design thinking to lean startup, and how we put all these things together. Why talk about this? I have been working in innovation for the last 12 years. I run a business design company back in Spain. We work with European companies like banks, insurers, energy companies to design new business models, new products, new services, and to improve their experience with their customers. Why we do that? And that's where we're going to start. This is the company that also represents MIT Technology Review, everything around Europe. So it's not just a message about theory or practical from the business, it's a message about how we put all these things together. To start a little bit about what we're going to talk to today is, if you're in a business, for sure you have some goals and some objectives. Part of the objectives will be to improve the way you do business. It's about making a little bit more money. Unless you are part of a non-profit, so it will be how can you impact a little bit more on people. How we do that? Following a natural scheme on strategy. To improve your profits, you normally want to have more sales, more revenue, make more money, or you want to get down your cost. The way to improve your sales will be a little bit about improve your actual products, your actual customers. How can you make the price higher? How can you sell more expensive? Or how can you sell more? Quite basic business strategy. The other thing we will focus from an innovation point of view is how can I sell new stuff to new customers and to new or new products. So it's not only about selling more of what I have, it's about also thinking about what other new customer I can sell and what new products I can sell to. The other thing that I can think to make more money is about getting down my cost. It can be my fixed cost or it can be my variable cost. This is business. This is the only thing you can do with an actual business. So it's all about getting down your costs, making more money, making customers more happy, and of course, making your employees more happy so they work in a more efficient way. What we do when we analyze this, from an innovation point of view, we try in the new products, new customer, detect new opportunities, develop new products and services, improve the actual products that we have for new customers. In my actual portfolio, I can improve the experience of my customers, or I can improve the time to market that I spend to deliver new functionalities to them, to improve the experience. And in cost, I can also detect new opportunities of improvement. I can improve my processes, and I can improve the experience of my employees. When I face challenges like this, like everybody, the first thing that everybody thinks, like, I need to come with a great idea. There is a lot of ways to do it. And this is when innovation concepts start to play a little bit. So, to achieve these goals in the 21st century, with all the big changes that we are having, we say that a company needs to have three stuff. The first they need to do is to be customer-centric. They need to really, really know who is the customer. Even if we are talking about outside customer or employees, you need to know them and good. You need to have the discipline on research. You need to really understand them. The other thing you need to do is to be agile. It means you can know what your customer wants, but you need to be fast delivering things to them. And the other thing you need to know is to be connected. You need to know everything that is happening out there. You don't want to reinvent the wheel all the time. That's when this concept of business design, that is a mix of lots of stuff, come into play. Business design will be the mix of design about customer centricity, you know, the way designers think, to put the customer in the middle of everything. Talk about business. Business will be thinking about the money, and thinking about the technology that we can use to achieve that. So, how we do it? Of course, any question that you're having for the moment, you can ask it online, and we will talk about it. So, when I want to improve my business, as I told you on the last time, everybody think I have a great idea. I'm going to try to get an idea. Once that you have the idea, 80% of the companies or people go to something that I call execution. So execution will be, I have this idea, I'm going to make it happen. Bah, big mistake, you know? Like, let's wait a little bit, let's understand how it works. So next time you have an idea, try to take one step back. Other 50% of the people, they do something that I call cascade. They put themselves in a project. It will be like some months of analysis, some months of design, lot of months of development, maybe some days or months of testing, and then you launch. It will be a lot of money. You will spend a lot of time. If you have run a startup, you know what I'm talking about. And at the end, you don't know if the outcome is going to be the one that you want. You don't know if your customer is going to love your product just until the end, when you spend all the money and when you spend all the time. So we're talking about processes with a lot of time that don't engage customer because you spend too much time until your customer has something, and that you spend a lot of resources. We're talking about 1 year or months until you launch something. Just a small percent of the companies that we call innovation companies, fast companies, they really focus on first speed. Speed is the most important when we talk about innovation and new stuff. Then to really engage with customers, give them what they want, and to spend the less resources that they can, little money. How we do that? So we start mixing stuff. So we come to this toolbox that we call business design. Inside the business design, there is a lot of techniques. And I'm going to explain you some that I'm pretty sure you know. First toolbox will be something that we call customer development. It's a methodology. It's kind of the grandfather of design thinking, lean startup, and all of them. And it tells you 4 things. Really easy, quite simple. The first thing they told you is like, there are 2 big phases. When I have an idea, I should go through a phase called innovation. So in the phase called innovation, it's more about experimentation. So we don't go to execution. We wait a little bit. We spend some weeks, couple of weeks, 2 to 4 to 5 weeks, trying to innovate, trying to understand what is going with the idea. And once I have that, I can go to the operational world, that it will be like really developing, testing, and launching. What do I do in this innovation phase? First thing I call it customer discovery is to understand your customers and try to find a problem of them that actually they care. A problem that they will pay you if you solve them. So once you have the problem, it's like, we call it in San Francisco, Silicon Valley, will be the eureka time. You know, you found a problem that people actually will pay you to solve it. Then you go to something that we call customer validation. That is, you're trying to find a solution that solves the problem. So if you have a problem that they will pay you and you have a solution that solves it, boom, you have a business. And just then, you go to something that we call customer creation, that is marketing, is growing your customers, and to company building, that is actually getting the place, human resources, legal, etc., etc. Normally people, when they have an idea, they want to start here, finding the place, putting the team, doing everything, when you should start a little bit before. These concepts start to develop, and then other schools came into place. One school called design thinking, invented by Tim Brown in one of the guys of IDEO on the Stanford School. He came with a process quite similar. It's a process of 6 phases. The phases is a little bit more about, first phase, understand, try to understand what is this project about, what is this idea about, what I want to do it, how was the objective, who are the competitors, what's the market about. Second phase, and the most important phase, is about observation of the customer, empathy. You spend some time thinking about the customers, talking to them, interview them, doing shadowing, safaris, focus group, until you really, really know your customer. This is the most important part of all design thinking. Just then you go to something that we call define. We define what's the problem of the customer that we want to solve, and just then we put technology and a lot of ideas to solve this problem, and we prototype and test a lot of the times. So quite easy. We understand the business, we observe the customer, we define what's the problem we want to solve to them, we came with a lot of ideas, using creativity, and we prototype and test. And this go around depending on the phase. So somebody was saying, but you know guys, I don't know how to do this. You're telling me in design thinking I need to do it, but I don't know how. So Eric Rice came with the concept of lean startup, explaining a little bit more how you prototype and test. And he came with like 3 phases: build, measure, and learn. What he said, once that you have an idea, you did everything, and now you have an idea, you understand the market. What you should do, you should get this idea and actually start developing? No, wait. The first thing we should do is build something, and that you're right, build something, but really, really fast, really fast. And this is the concept of MVP, minimum viable product. So you build something really fast, the minimum that you need to build to test that maybe your idea is good or not. You measure with the real market, not with your mom, not with your girlfriend, not with your friends. You learn and just then you pivot. So it's kind of imagine you have a toolbox with all these methodologies, and for every project you will take and put them together. The way we are doing it is with a process called business design. So first, you understand you have an idea. You try before going to execution, pure execution. You spend 2 to 4 weeks doing this, doing a business design process. 2 to 4 weeks. Try to do it less, not more. 2 to 4 weeks. First, you understand the market. You understand the business. Second thing that you do, you go observe customers, and you do a little bit of research on technologies, competitors, and things around the business. Once that you observe the customer, and this is really important, you do interviews, focus groups, safaris, shadowings. You go and talk to customers. You define what's the thing from the customer that you want to solve. Then you go to ideation. You get a lot of ideas, creativity. You design, you put the concept, the value proposition, business model canvas, all the tools that you can use. And then you start prototyping and testing MVPs. You can launch landing pages. You can do UX mockups. You can do videos. Anything that you are able to do so your customer will see, oh, that's the product. Yeah, maybe I want it. I want to try it. Yeah, I'm validating for some time, learning a lot. And once that I have the right problem, the right customer, the right product, I go to execute it. And to execution, there is something called Agile Scrum that is really good and can help. So don't forget for next time that you have an idea, you have a new business, you have something that you want to improve in your business, you have anything, something internal, something external, anything that you want to do. New business opportunity, improve your customer. Don't forget to try to spend this time, these 2 to 4 weeks, to try to put this process in place, understand who your customers are, understand the insights, understand what's the problem that you want to solve, prototype and test a lot, launch a lot of MVPs, gather a lot of data, and then decide what you really want to do or not. And that's the moment when you will say, yeah, okay, maybe not, maybe yes. So in Silicon Valley, we have these big sayings. One is, if you're going to fail fast and fail cheap. So it's all about this. If you find over here that the product is not working, don't spend your money. The other thing that we say really big and really loud is, get out of the building. It means this phase has to be done. You need to talk to customers. And the other big thing that we say, that I love, is say your opinion doesn't matter. It means like, you have a vision, but the opinion that matters is the opinion of the customers and the opinion that they will have in the observation phase and in the testing phase. So I know it's a lot of info. I just want you to know that there is a lot of information about this on the internet, and it's not to be used exactly by the book. It's about like putting them together and use it. This is the process that we use. So don't forget 2 to 4 weeks to run this process, to understand your customer, prototype and test a lot, launch landing pages, videos, UX, go talk to customers, do brochures. It's like, I put this example, it's like you have a restaurant of sushi with live fishes. So it's in a really hidden place in the city. So no customer will go in front. Something is like you really spend a lot of time building the restaurant, and something else is like you go in the street, you buy ads, and you say, people, do you want to eat sushi from live fish? Maybe they will say, everybody will say no. This is not what I'm interested in. So don't even start building the actual restaurant. If you handle the concept, yeah, maybe it's a fresh fish. It's not live fish. That's the concept that works. So you change until you get with the right concept, and just then you can go and build the place. But not before, because you will be spending time and spending money. So guys, I hope it's really profitable 10 to 15 minutes that you spend now. I know some of you have questions, so I will try to answer some of them.
Yeah, we have 2 questions and 1 comment. So let's start with first.
Okay. How to validate the business idea and test it in the best way. I mean, the best way to think is about taking a whole business model and say, what's the most important about it? Normally, the most important about it is like, there is a problem behind, and the product customer are going to like it. So the best thing that you can do is launch MVPs. MVPs will be, if you want to test, you can start with a whole campaign of growth hacking, in Facebook, buying a lot of ads. There is a lot of information about this. Buying for the right segment, lot of ads, and try to test text. If you want to launch something, you can say, you want to save money, you want to travel cheap, you want to travel with friends. So you test a lot of concepts, and you see where they click because it can help you. The other thing you can do is like actually launch several things. One thing that we do a lot is we have a brand and a concept, an idea that we want to launch. So we create 4, 5, 6 brands, fake. We launch webs. It looks like the product is there. So people navigate through the web. We promote the web. We buy marketing for the web. So we handle that everybody get to the different versions of the product. And we see how they behave. If they want the product, if they navigate the way. So you get data. You get data from there. Another question would be, tell a little bit more about MVP, how minimal it should be to be enough to start. An MVP, one thing is it shouldn't have code. It shouldn't be technically hard. So you should be able to do it. And the other thing is it should be as good as the customer don't know until the end that the actual product doesn't exist. I put an example. In Spain, we developed a business school, a new business school. It was a new concept of giving classes. So what we did at one point is we create a really nice website. We even hired one space to create a video to show how the classes were gonna be. We create this amazing, we put even teachers that we ask to people, we create the masters. There were no school, there were no building, there were nothing. So we promote this, and for some master, we even got students. And at that point, when we understand that this thing was gonna work, we went and we bought the place, we created the school, and we did everything. So when the students were launching and doing, until the last time that you have a big message that says, guys, we are not ready, or guys, we are working on it, or do you wanna be part of the private club? We are not ready, but do you wanna be part of the beta? So leave me your email. Until that time, the customer don't know that it's not an actual product, that the actual product don't exist. So you have to be beautiful, you have to be nice, but you don't have to develop the actual product. And the other comment?
And the other comments.
One of the best, yeah, what it will be? Can you help me with that?
Well, one of the most important challenges, connection between planning and realization. DT is good to agile new project.
Yeah, I do agree. What we do is it's true that on the books, design thinking is in one side, Agile and Scrum is on the other one, Lean Startup is on the other one, like I told you here. What we do is we try to spend here 2 to 4 weeks. No more. 2 will be too little, 2 more than 4 will be a little bit too much. So of course there is a budget, but it's a minimum budget. And sometime here, because execution will come here. Here there is a lot of money, a lot of time, and Scrum way, teams, technology. Sometimes we try to even involve the architects of technology, the testers, etc. in this phase. But this is a phase that is not about delivering. It's not about where is the product. It's about actually understanding, doing the design thinking right, doing the right phases, understanding what you want to launch, where is the actual product. Try to have here a really good backlog of everything that you want to do. And just at that point, you take a big decision. I want to invest all this money or not in this product with all the data I gather from here. So I think it's really good when you start mixing the walls. It's not just to do design thinking and then forget. It's how you mix it, how can you take the most advantage out of these methodologies.
So that's it.
I think that's it. Thank you very much for this little lunch, and hope you have a great afternoon. Bye-bye.